Alright, so we have the left arm of everybody here. We'll look at the G1 first. Now here's the typical G1, or your standard G1 arm and forearm that would snap on there, and it snaps on the same fashion that this one does. You can definitely see the difference there. The one thing I do kind of miss with the newer fists, you don't get that cool, spring-loaded fist thing. But oh well, sacrifices. Still pretty cool. Nice sturdy little arm. Now I am using the this is the Junkion Blacksmith hand, and unfortunately the thumb does kind of pop out occasionally, but it could have been improved a little bit better by having a tab on the handle of the gun that snaps into the fist like the other guys do. I'm not going to take them apart and show you. I think if you go back and look at one of the other parts, whenever I show the guns, you can see the little tabs that go into the slots or sockets or whatever they are on the fists. But this doesn't have that. And also, a lot of the newer Transformers have the same system. But this one doesn't have it. This is a square... well, I'll show it on this one because I'm done showing that off, I guess. This has a square grip. And it should have had like a nice little tab or something like that to where it would fit into the... and they actually already had holes in there. So I don't know why they didn't do that. But... missed opportunity, I guess. Alright, so there's that. Then we go look at the TFC toys right there. You got the big hand, the gun, and everything. You can see that it accomplishes the same thing as the G1 arm with the black forearm, dark forearm. The G1 purple forearm, by using the treads of the actual vehicle on there. Now, the G1, the treads were actually on the vehicle, so it looked like just a bulldozer slapped to the side of the robot there. So they actually make I think it's called Rage of Hercules set that comes with parts to where you can leave it in bulldozer mode, essentially, and then gives you add-on forearms and stuff. But it's like, if I wanted that, I got that in the Make Toys version. They stuck really close to the original design. And all that by leaving it. It's a bulldozer with an arm attached, just like the G1 for the most part. There's the other side there. You can see the big, huge connection point there. And then on here you can see it's got a socket. So they did it a little bit differently. They left the sockets on left the posts on the TFC toys, and then the hook, whatever, has the socket for this guy. So a little bit different designs there. So just showing those real quick. Alright, cool. On to the next limb. If I can find a place to stick these. Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at Mixmaster here. Got the G1 leg. We've got the TFC leg, and we've got the Make Toys leg. I wonder if they'll stand up on their own. Yeah. Oh yeah, let's see, maybe I can actually... because I got a crappy depth of field. But there we go. Those are what the legs look like. You can see that these two are actually articulated. They're actually... you can actually wiggle around on their joint down there, so you have actual ankle movement, foot movement, which is really cool. You can see that the TFC toys is a little bit bigger. The arms weren't really that much different in size, just really the position of the where the joint is made the difference on the length of the arm with the Bone Crusher left arm there. But you can see you got the little square G1, which just sits there, and then you can kind of see how they're all transformed up and everything. He's got a nice square slot. And then it's got a little tabs in there where the or little slots rather, where the little tabs from the legs snap in there. Then he's just got the big round socket. It's a little more brute force involved in this one, a little more finesse with the Make Toys. And this one attaches a couple different ways. Now, if you use the well, actually it attaches about the same way. It just basically slides on from the back. It just plugs in, same as the G1 hips right there. And this is the G1 hips. Original G1 hips right there. Which, if you got to choose between a plate and that, you know, you're going with that. I guess I could take the guns off. I think they are supposed to, or they can be screwed in, or I can modify it to screw in. I know the Crazy Devi it was meant to, but I'm not sure on this one if it is or not. So I'll have to check that out. I mean, I could customize it and put them in there. I'll just have to figure out if that's what I want to do or not. I probably will. Probably. So yeah, so there's your feet. Not bad. Still pretty, yeah, pretty cool. All right, there's the legs. And the other leg, we got, what's his name? Scrapper. And here's where we start seeing some real differences as far as design and stuff. Actually, I'm going to pause this for a second. Yes, now I got a stool. Sorry, so we'll keep on here. Yeah, so this guy, he has that little engine part, wherever I put it. I just saw it here a minute ago. There it is. Look at the foot. Okay, so you got this engine part that's supposed to snap on. You got two little things there, two little holes. If I can get this stuff in the light. My light's all jacked up. You got the little post right there above the head, and you got that. And it's supposed to snap on there, and this is your support. This is my only problem with the way they did this leg. Like, there's no way to turn this around in any way, any fashion that I found where that's actually supporting. It's always going to be on the head in the exhaust things there. So it makes for a not very sturdy piece when it's by itself. When it's actually attached, it's not too bad. And you see the Make Toys got this big square, and if you can see inside there's a couple little indentions where the socket actually attaches. You got the Make Toys, which this one's actually pretty solid when it's actually transformed correctly, which I think it may not be. There we go. Like that. And so he stands on his arms. It's kind of like the same as the G1, whereas the G1, his arms are straight down, fists to the ground. This one, you kind of fold them up, and then the sad part is the gray plate behind the wheel swivels around, and that's really what it's being held by, and it's just not that secure a joint. I've already had to take it apart and kind of fiddle with the joint and make it fit to where it doesn't collapse. Now it's fine. I have no problem with it, but I mean, it's a little floppy back there, but still not too bad. And let's see, get this thing down a little bit, and you still have, you got side to side motion. You don't really, I mean, you kind of have a little bit of articulation with this, but not really. And that's not too bad. I mean, this right here, coupled with the swivel up at the top, you get a lot of nice poses. So that's not too bad at all. Same with this one too. Once it's down like that, it's got a ball socket. So that's another point for them. I mean, it's kind of like a give-take thing with just this one part. I mean, I wish they had a part where you could pop off the head or something like that and have it attach to where it's actually better than standing on his head. But yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, and then the G1, of course, is the simplest of them all. And the one weird thing is each of the G1 legs attaches in a different manner. So you got this one for what's his name, Mixmaster, and then this one. You don't have any articulation. I mean, once you stand him up, that's it. There's no movement, and it makes a good solid base. I mean, the G1 with the original part stands on a really good solid base, so he doesn't really topple over. The only part I have a problem with is maybe getting him unbalanced at the top. Alright, so that's all the legs. Got a huge pile of stuff growing right here next to me. Alright, we'll go up to the torsos now, which is long haul. Now, the TFC Toys has this thing where the little cab of the truck right there, you have to pull it up and then swivel it around, and it actually kind of hovers in front of the, I guess you could do it that way too, in front of the hook upper torso part. And you can see here it has two connection points. This one, he actually has multiple connection points, and it's just kind of odd. Like when it connects down, you have to put, let's see if I'm in the camera even, you have to like put that piece in the back, And then this snaps in here, and it's just kind of all over. You kind of really got to kind of mess with it before you get familiar with it, or comfortable with it, rather. I'm trying to run through these kind of quick. His waist piece has articulated parts on there. He has a... this is where all your articulation for your leg comes from, basically. You got a knee, and you got a swivel up at the top. And, of course, that swings back and forth. And then the waist swivel is right here. So you got to kind of move the things down, and you get a little bit of waist swivel right there, like that. Not too bad. This looks pretty cool as just a torso. For him, he's got the basic articulation. It swings forward and back, out, and all that. This is also articulated, but it's just on a swivel. It's not on a ball joint like the other one. And then you get a little bit of knee articulation here if you wanted to move this. But otherwise, let's see. It should be that doggone green part that doesn't want to move. But anyway, the socket joints where it plugs into, it's got a small little square that does like a 90-degree turn, and that's where you get a swivel on here, and then also your ankle joint or leg joint, knee joint is at the same point. Still not too bad. I mean, they don't look that dissimilar in size, not really. Just you can tell the legs are a little bit longer on this one. And then G1 finally is right here, and I've got a rubber band on him. This is how I transform mine, because that doggone the dump part of the dump truck there just keeps on flopping down. So I just stuck a rubber band on it. I've been meaning to put a clear rubber band from one of the toys I buy, but I haven't got one to fit it. They're always too small or way too big. So as soon as I get one, then I'm going to put a clear rubber band on there. You can see he's got his wheels and stuff on there. Pretty much everybody's got the same thing, where they got the wheels on the sides. Just this one is, this has got one way up here on the upper torso, or lower torso, and this is on the leg. And this is, they're actually both still attached to the leg. So, kind of neat. And this one also has the waist swivel right there. Just like that. And this, of course, has none. It's just a block. Alright. Now, on to the... let's do the other arms real quick. So we got the other G1 arm. Same as the other one, just that it's got the excavator instead of the bulldozer. Which, if this had been articulated, like right here, like that, it could have folded up flat if they'd made like a groove in there for it to fold into. That would have been perfect. It would have been the perfect solution. Hooks on with this little metal tab thing that goes on there. And of course, bone crusher attaches by a... he's actually got a little socket there. An actual socket has a spring. If you kind of look, you can kind of see the evidence of super glue, where I've had to fill in the inside of this with super glue. I think I had to repair some other stuff with super glue. And so now it's on there really good. Here goes the Make Toys version. Of course, it's got the huge plug that sticks down. It's got the same generator forearm and the same type of hand. And then, of course, the treads are actually up here. They're not actually part of the forearm. Now, it's a little floppy in there a little bit. It does have a nice, the joint is nice and clicky, but just the way it is actually situated in there, you could actually articulate the vehicle away from the arm, kind of. It's really kind of odd, and just a little bit fiddly. But not too bad. I didn't have any problems with it. I'm not having any real complaints. And then this one, just like the G1, it's articulated here, but then nowhere else, and there's no groove for it to go into. So you still get that look where you can have it hanging down, you can collapse it, whatever. It's still sitting there. Let me compare the two real quick. Wherever I set the other one, right there. So there you go. So those are pretty much the same kind of design. And then you come across the TFC Toys, which has the best solution. And actually the bucket scoops up and kind of fits into the joint, into the void in the joint there. And just the way it's made, it's kind of a a little more compact. So you get that, vice that. And it's a little bit better aesthetically, I think. And you can still, if you wanted to, since it's articulated at the base, you can still swing it around and go G1 if you wanted to. Yeah. You can't really get the, can't get it to flip all the way up like the other one does, but it does that. You know, or squeeze it back down and around like the other one. And the play features are a little bit better on the vehicles, I think, on the TFC toys. There you go. Like that. So, yeah, there we go with those. I'll show the G1. So you got the G1 one with the TFC. Okay, now torsos. Whew. Now my G1 torso sucks. I don't know. I don't remember. Okay. Before I did the modification with the third-party stuff, because this is my crazy Devi head, the crazy Devi upper, and then the original lower portion right here, and it makes a C. So it just kind of makes a kind of thing and goes in there. You can see the tab for bone crusher, the slot or whatever you want to say for scrapper. And if you look real close, I do have a clear rubber band running all the way around this thing, because if you don't, this stuff tends to like start going all over the place. And you can tell you've got the chest plate on there correctly, because there's a little clip on this side of the chest plate that clips onto the thing. So that's how you know it's in the right hole. And of course the head is all nice and centered right there. I would pull it off, but I don't feel like it. But wherever the G1 head went, it's around here somewhere. I mean, yeah, so there's the G1 head. I mean, if I could just pop it off and swap them, I would, but I'm not going to do that. You can see also the crane just swings off the back. So he's basically blind on this side. If you're going to attack Devastator, that's the side you come from. Shoulder level, just right at the left side. You can smack him in the face. Okay. Now, they also follow the G1 aesthetic as far as the crane coming straight off and him being blind on that side, with the added advantage of the crane is removable. So you can take that off. You don't have to have it on robot mode. You can kind of find another place to hook it. There's a couple of tabs on here. There's like 4 tabs on that end. I don't think this big one fits on anything, but you can find other alternate places to stick it on there. It's not really pretty. The only complaint I really have about this torso is just the way that the head is. Like, it's nice to get this locking mechanism. Comes down, it snaps in. Because the plastic, the molding is a little soft. Maybe it's not quite the exact right shape or size. This tends to like kind of pop out of these pieces, and the head like snaps in. This little arm snaps into it like that, and it's okay for the most part. It gets messed around a little bit. If you look really close, I don't know if you can see, it's starting to pop up, the little gray piece on there just a little bit. It doesn't stay fully flush, which is my only real complaint about the way this torso works. That and the whole thing with the 2 connection points, like those are kind of a pain in the butt to line up. And this guy has tabs all over him. He has like one there, one there, one there, one there. So it's like he's got all kinds of attachment points. So now then, when you get to the Make Toys, theirs is a little freaky too, because not only do you have, I mean, they have a good solution for the crane. I don't remember if the yellow one did this or not, but the Type 61 has a 90-degree bend in there, and it kind of stows down his back. Almost looks like a sword back scabbard kind of thing. Just like the other ones, the crane attaches right there. It's all on his face. I mean, it is, oops, doggone it, lost my chest piece. It is removable, so you can totally do that with it. But just for the sake of not being such a parts former, I try to keep as much stuff on my Transformers at all times as possible. Now, the one weird thing with this is it really, the chest piece is really, I don't know how it even stays on there. It has like a couple of weird little tab points that don't really match up 100%. I don't know, but somehow or another it just kind of hangs in there. You got kind of a divot hole right there. You got a couple of holes right there. Then you got these round tabs that just kind of Well, I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Not at all. Kind of freaky. But anyway, it kind of works. So there he is. And there they are side by side-ish. Kind of get the G1 in here. So there's all the torsos. Out of all of them, I mean, I don't know. I think I'm kind of getting kind of biased now that I said that I liked it. But I think my upgraded G1 is totally awesome. But then as far as third parties, I think I really like the Make Toys. So next up, real quick, we'll show this guy completed and do more rambling on about Devastator. So there you go. So far, so good.